We have been looking for an efficient prediction system for a long time, and here is our solution, the Profits Deck. The magician displays a prediction envelope and has an audience member hold on to it. A random volunteer is asked to call out 3 random pieces of information, a person, a time, and a location. They are also asked to select a random card. That's a total of 4 predictions at once. After they have made all these decisions, the magician opens the prediction and it matches each one of the volunteers' selections perfectly.
Hi everybody, it's Paul from Vanish Magic Magazine. Today we are going to be checking out something that is, I've loved this version or this effect or premise for the longest time. Probably over 30 years I've been performing the idea of confabulation. Today we're going to be looking at Profits Deck by Penn, Bondley and MS Magic. Let's take a look at what we get inside the box. So if we open up this, I don't want to give away the method, but we're going to get some envelopes. And now these are gimmicked envelopes. I don't want to have to be careful not to give the method away. Going to get some gimmicked envelopes. You get a gimmicked deck of cards. It's all in the box, which is nice because you can keep it safe and sound when you travel. And you get some cards. Actually, these are jumbo cards, as you can see. And the cards themselves are gimmicked as well. So, but they can be shuffled, or well, not shuffled. They can be certainly. It's a forcing deck, is what it is. So, and it's a really well thought out routine. This is a confabulation idea that uses 2 people. So you need an offstage assistant for this. Let me just run down the effect. Basically, you have an envelope. And the envelope can be mailed ahead of time. It can be inside another envelope, which is how I would do it, because this is sort of a gimmick envelope, if you like. But it can be held by a spectator. Certainly they can hold this. And throughout the show, you can have it hanging. You can have a question mark, whatever you want. So the envelope's just a regular envelope. Well, it's actually not a regular envelope, but it looks like a regular envelope. And then at a certain point, you do your routine. You might do a gambling routine that sort of makes sense why you would use some playing cards. So you might have a casino somewhere in the world called out, let's say Monte Carlo as a casino or a destination. Then you might say, well, we're going to play a game of blackjack or whatever. We're going to play a game of cards. How much would you put down? How much would you bet? So you've got some money. And finally you say, well, we need to get some cards. And then you'll have the cards selected. And this is, well, actually, so what happens is that at this point, before the cards are selected, the assistant either puts this on your table or it brings it out somehow. But I just put it on a little table. It's whirled over, and then the cards are taken out. The cards are chosen, and then you take the envelope and then you open it up. They take out the prediction. The prediction, however. The prediction can be as large as you can get it inside the envelope. I don't think you need a large prediction, but a good size letter, and it can predict whatever the results are. Monte Carlo, the price, and the cards that were chosen. So the method is what is really clever, and I'd really love to show you the method because I think that this is worth us knowing about as magicians, and especially someone who loves confabulation so much. It is a 2-person routine, so it's the only downside because I do like to do confabulation as a solo presentation. But I think the method is so clever that it's like the Malloy, it's like the prediction chest, the Zinnemann prediction chest with the big box and everything. But gone now are the tables. You don't need the table. You could just use just have this on a regular table, and this becomes, if you like, this takes the form of the table, if you're familiar with the Zinnemann prediction chest. So it's along that sort of vein of loading and unloading the prediction. So the person off stage does their work. You end up with the cards. By the time you get the cards in this routine, by the time you haven't even got to the card trick, but you say we're going to need to get some cards. So by the time you get this, all the work's done. So when they backtrack, the cards were actually in play before they chose the cards, if you understand what I'm trying to say here. I feel like Penn and Teller trying to explain something to you in code. But what you need to know are the props. So those are the props. So you get and again, I have to be careful here, but you're going to get envelopes. You're going to get special envelopes. Without showing you, I think you've got 2 sets. So these you can probably make up, but I think if I was to use this as much as I think I'm going to, then I would certainly be buying another set, but you could make this up, I guess. They do seem to give you an extra set of envelopes, so in case something happens, you have another set to make up. You get the cards. Everything is high quality. The cards, everything is great production as usual from MS Magic. The Deca bicycle cards is really nice. It's as I said, without giving anything away, I hope it's a forcing Deca cards, but you know, it's a really nice Deca cards, nice big cards. So this is a stage trick, possibly parlor if you've got somewhere for your assistant to be off stage and do what they have to do. I really like this. I think for confabulation you also get a link. Now if you're looking for the link, if you get this, the link is actually for this is in the tuck part of the box. It took me a while to find it. I knew it was somewhere, but that's where the link is for the instructions. Other than that, I think it's a great premise. I love confabulation, the idea of having things called out, end up inside of prediction. The method is what I love about this. It's really clever. I think if you work with two people, if you're a double act, this should something, and you want to pack small, play really big, this should be something you seriously consider. So it's Prophet's Deck by Penn, Bondley and MS Magic.
So what are you waiting for? Get your Prophet's Deck today.